Wave your stuff.
Come on.
Welcome back to 1124 podcast. It's myself, Rich Stylings, Rich McKnight.
Jeez.
I'm with the most amazing people in the room right now. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
I'm Andrew. I'm the only one here with a decent hairline because these men are all wearing their hats. So I'm holding it down.
Man, like Kunde's here. That's what I got to say. I have to wear a hat, man. No shape up, no haircut. It's peak.
Yeah, Olu Money here as well, man. Come on.
And today is going to be a good day, good vibe. All I'm going to say, if you want me to ginger this podcast, you have to give me the cocoa. So we're here today to talk about the infamous, amazing Made in Lagos album.
Whoa, what's an album?
I want to say it's a bit of a review / just a vibe, really. So we've all listened to it.
Yeah.
The vibe is that we all liked it. But I just want everyone to sort of go in and just tell me, actually, when did you first fall in love with Wizkid?
When I first fall in love with Wizkid?
Yeah. Couldn't let you want to go through?
Sit in the corner, Don.
Doll.
That was me. That was like, what, first year uni 2010? Or?
I don't know when you went uni, bro. Like, okay.
Wait, that was over a decade ago.
Is that when
you went uni?
You're old, you know. You're old.
We are old. We are old.
There's no we, bro.
We are old. First year.
Bro.
How about you, Andrew?
You know what? I actually liked Holler At You Boy, his first ever song.
Come on.
I actually liked it.
Who put you onto that song, by the way?
I don't know.
I'm just asking.
Was it you? I don't know, bro.
It wasn't you. I don't know why Andrew wants to act like I didn't put him to Holler At Your Boy, which is just a bit mad. But he knows. Like, if you ask him himself, he'll tell you I put him on. So I don't know why he was trying to act like I didn't.
I just remember the video was like, the quality of the video was really good. For that time, that was something that we didn't really see.
Yeah.
The video was good. And then obviously looking back at it, I don't listen to that song at all. But I do remember liking that song at the time.
Do you think it was a good song?
Looking back at it, not really. But now at the time, I liked it.
No, it was alright for Afrobeats. Afrobeats wasn't really developed back
If
then.
you see me get by, nah, it's not.
It's not. Boy, yeah, go on.
It was a second song though.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, I put Andrew onto a Holler At You Boy song. Like, I've been into Wizkid for a while, but I think the first song that I thought was a banger, real banger, was Tease Me, Tease Me, baby. And then Paco Ramon came out after that. Obviously, Don't Doll was sick.
Don't Doll came out before Paco Ramon.
Yeah, it came out before Paco Ramon. Obviously, that's what I'm saying. Obviously,
Had
Don't
no
Doll was
video,
sick.
but it was a banger.
Paco Ramon resonated with me more, man. I just thought that song was just waves, fam.
100%.
Straight waves.
100%. That I remember listening to it like about 70 times in a row. Just Paco Ramon, just on repeat. I just loved it.
I didn't even know what I was saying, fam. Obviously, I'm Nigerian, you know. Like, but I'm one of those Nigerians that don't know how to speak Yoruba, so I was just...
You can't speak Yoruba?
I was just vibing, fam.
I'm joking, I can't speak either.
No, but it was, I remember the hype for the video when the video came out. Do you remember Paco Ramon when the video came out?
Yeah, with the whole party.
Yeah, everybody was gassed because the song was already buzzing before. Then when the video came out, I think it was one of the first Afrobeats to hit 1 million views.
Oh, was it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's how big it was. But yeah, man, the video was hard.
So it sounds to me that we all sort of go back and we've all been fans of this African artist. What for me back then was really I liked him, but I didn't think it was gonna like last. Because there were so many of them at that time. There was so many. The market was just...
Was it? I feel like it was just dominated by, there was some Ghana artists over here and the Banjos gang.
The Banjos gang, yeah, but then that was like
Maven
how many
Records.
of the Maven music? You had
No, it was
D
more
Prince.
hits.
There was no Mavens.
It was more hits back
Yeah,
then.
D Prince. You had
D Prince is later, right?
No. He was there from time.
He even picked up D Prince in when he was naming all the bad guys. So yeah, I thought that time there was so many of them. I didn't think
One day Cole.
He's
been there from time, bumper to bumper.
And what's the Kaz beat?
Kaz. And only cool.
No, why your hands in the air?
Ice Prince.
Ice Prince was doing his thing.
So yeah,
exposing himself.
we fast forward to now.
A decade later,
Wizkid is still about, and it's right on top. It's right on top. Number one, some would say.
Who else wouldn't say that? He's been number one since Tease Me.
It's debatable, but yeah.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
What am I hearing?
So
it's debatable.
Should we
just
just
debate?
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm right.
You guys want to have that debate now, or
no? We don't. No. Do your thing.
So we fast forward to now, where Made in Lagos has come out off the back of just this African pride that we're all sort of feeling right now, and it's taking it right back to Made in pretty much made in the manner like what Kano did with like where he's from.
But just
He's
better.
done this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's just better. Okay, fair enough. I just want to get into that like review from track 1 to I don't know how many tracks are on there.
Before talking about that, like there was he created a buzz for it because it kept on getting delayed. So I was thinking, is this album gonna suck? It's not gonna be great because it just kept on delaying. Then he just dropped it. I think he put a tweet out saying he's gonna drop in like next week.
11.
Yeah.
That's
Then at 11 p.m. in it, then
Yeah.
it was a quality album.
I think that's the time where the witch doctor told him to drop it on.
Obviously, you went to the shaman.
It was reckless. That's
Can I
number
ask you a
one.
question? What was the climate of what he dropped it in? Because normally when people drop albums, it's like a time where there's a buzz around Afrobeats or there's a buzz around the sounds. What was happening in the Afro scene before
It was
Wizkid
just-
dropped?
It was just end SARS.
Yeah.
It was its peak.
There's no other music-wise. What was happening?
Music-wise, we had Twice as Tool.
Why
from
did you
Burna
laugh?
Boy.
Should we go into that one before we go to this review?
Twice as Tool was such a bad album.
Oh no! Stop it! It wasn't.
And he
man.
does no, but you like Wizkid's sounds from the other side. You think that's his best album? So
No,
I
that's
can't even
this
take
guy.
your.
I think that's not my. I do not like that album.
Of course, that's Olu. Yeah.
I never said it was his best album. I just
Ty
said
Dolla, yeah,
it's not as
mad.
bad as you man think it is. You man always going on that album like it's a trash album, but it's actually a decent album.
Whatever.
And I think
Twice as Tall's better than that
I think
album.
Burna Boy is Twice as Tall.
There we go.
It's a good album.
I think it's a good album, but I think the issues with the album were that it was produced poorly by P. Diddy, personally. I think he got the wrong features on some of those songs.
Naughty by nature.
And he kind of, I think the issue that he had with that album was that he set his bar so high with African Giant.
yeah.
And I think a lot of people, and he was even marketing it saying, this could be African Giant. I wanted to name it African Giant 2, all of this. And when people listened to it, it didn't give them the feeling that African
Do you know
Giant
what?
gave
Yeah,
them.
I agree with Jack. 'Cause I feel like this album would have been good before
It
African
would have
Giant.
been. It would have been great, bruv.
No, it
Like,
wouldn't.
if African Giant didn't come out, this would have been one. I think people would be saying this is a decent album from Burna.
I was
People
thinking-
would
I
be saying
was
a decent
Bear in
album.
mind, bear in mind, before African Giant,
It's better than Life.
before African Giant, wait, never.
I'm just
Before
saying.
African Giant, there was Outside. So no matter when it dropped, or unless it dropped after Spaceship, which was trash, then this would have done a thing. He's done 5. How many albums now? 5? He's had 2 bad ones. This one would not have come out at any time, and it would have been bad.
I don't think it's as bad as you, man.
That's what I'm saying.
No, bro. I listened.
This song.
Don't say that. Waiting. That song is so dead.
I don't get why these men don't like waiting this up. That is such a banger. I think Andrew, I know deep down when he's showering, he plays that tune, bro. It's actually a banger. Waiting this and Naughty by Nature. These men are all hating. That's a good song. That album was sick, man. Like it's up there with Made in Lagos. No, I lied. It's not there. The song is amazing.
I haven't listened to that album since the day it released.
So that doesn't
I
mean it's a bad album.
I listened to it today, and I
In
couldn't
the
get.
car.
I couldn't get past track 4.
Bro, I couldn't
do
get.
it.
I can't get.
Anywhere I go,
Have you listened to Life? Have you listened to Life?
I'm not a Burna deep fan like that.
Have you listened to
Life's a
Life?
hard
Go
album.
back and listen to Life and tell me that Life is a better album.
Bro, I can
than
name
this
tracks.
one.
I can name tracks.
Yeah, of course you can.
That
Anyone
will-
can name tracks
No,
on an album.
But I
Come
can name 5 tracks on Live that's better than everything.
And I can name you 5 tracks on Life, which is not better than any of the songs that are on Twice as Tall.
Okay, I guess it's a matter of opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
But Yawade,
Oh,
Run
Twice
My
as Tall.
Race. I'm just gonna name a few songs. Yawade, Run My Race, Tonight, Like to Party.
Yeah,
I beg.
No. It's a Beg remix, which is shit.
remix.
Allow it, man. Have you listened to that song? The remix. The
No,
remix.
he
is
likes
there.
to do this. He
likes to do this.
Look, listen. I'm just saying, like, you can have your opinions. I'm a debater in it. That's what I do. I'm a contrarian. But what I'm saying is,
What's that word again?
contrarian.
Oh man, them 2 degree
my guy.
talks there, man.
You're the only one who brings up my degrees. I don't know why. What's going on here?
Insecurity.
The maddest thing is all he was sitting there, like, he's the biggest Burna Boy fan. But I know, deep down inside, he didn't believe what he was saying. He was sitting there like, yeah, boy, I really like the album, but he's never played it back. After the first week, maybe, he was all shouting about it. But ever since then, there's never been a conversation about Burna Boy's latest album. He doesn't really like it. Between me and you, I think he actually feels how I feel, honestly.
But what was I saying? There's other songs on that album which people don't really talk about, like Boom Boom, No. Like, bruv, some of these songs on that album
both albums got skippables
are terrible.
What's
But
the
there's-
one,
But I actually think that there are songs on Burna Boy's latest
You have to name them,
album,
you know.
Twice as Tall,
Name them.
which aren't as bad as people think.
Waiting This Song's not as bad as
Wonderful is a good song.
Wonderful's a good song.
No, it's not. Wonderful's not a good song.
Yes, it is, man.
I like the intro when he's doing a
stop it,
cappella,
man.
and then the rest of the track is it's like Chris Brown's Yeah times 3.
What's the
it's
last
just
track?
this weak pop.
What's the
track
last
that don't
song
bang.
on the album?
Oh, that's good. I like Bank on it. It's
Bank
very
on
good.
it.
Bank on it is
With
Bank on it
Bank
and
on
on Yenko. What is the name of that track?
Or Yena, or Yenka.
Yeah.
Yenka, my baby.
I don't.
Yes,
That,
my baby. Oh, that's the only other track on the whole album.
what
that's
about
good.
Bebo? Bebo's decent.
No, it's not. Man.
That's alright.
I thought one of you
Bro,
man said
you're a
Alarm
hater,
Clock was
man.
good.
You are just a hater.
Wait,
Like, I have
Alarm
to-
Clock was good.
I have to-
Yeah, it's alright. They would have been a better intro. Can I just go back to life? What we mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Not so it's supposed to be. Run My Race.
Yeah.
Yawa Day.
No, but
Always Love
no,
You.
go through the whole
No,
album.
you-
Go through the whole
look,
album.
I can't. That's a long term. I'm just naming the
Guys,
bangers
for
on
the
it.
sake of this, you two are like Burna Boy connoisseurs.
I'm
innit?
not,
So
man,
you guys
I'm
are going
not.
back to albums that
Smooth
no one really
sailing.
listens to.
Smooth sailing.
You see, the thing about Oliver and Richard, yeah, we get it. You were listening to Burna Boy first. Them man, like, they've been listening to Burna Boy since like 2011, since he came out. So I was just prepared on this episode just to listen to them two, just go back and forth about Life album, this album, the albums that no one's even listened to.
No
Yeah,
one's talking about
give me.
live. Who's
No
talking
one
about
listens
live?
about. No one talks about that.
Jah love is true.
Oh, no,
Wizkid,
allow it,
that was a
bro.
tune.
No,
That was
stop
a
it,
tune.
man.
That was a
Outro,
tune.
remember me.
That was a
Stop
tune. That
it,
was a
man.
tune.
Outro.
That was a
Oh,
tune. The
stop
Wizkid
it.
sings. That was a tune. That was a tune.
Listen.
Jazz Love.
Listen.
They call me one, this one, that. Come on,
One
man.
album, one that.
What album is live like to party?
That's
Yeah,
life.
live.
That's live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but any album can have bangers in it. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but why
I'm
doesn't this one?
I'm just saying
Why
that.
doesn't this one?
I'm just saying that Twice as Tall is actually not as bad an
Exactly,
album.
I
as
agree.
There's
people make.
not one banger on it. Actually, the one with Stormzy is nice as well.
It's nice.
Goodness.
It's
Bank on it
nice.
is a
That's what
banger,
I'm saying.
bro.
There's
I'm
no
not even
bangers on
gonna
the
lie.
album, bro. But the thing is,
But you know, this is.
One
but
at a
listen-
time, one at a
but hold
time.
on, listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying.
Okay,
like
I'm saying.
so you're going into an album hoping for bangers because what are you in this microwave generation where you
no,
don't
it's
appreciate
because
music?
he made African Giant.
Do you not appreciate
it's because
content?
It's because he made
Do you
African
not appreciate
Giant.
what he's talking about on the album?
What is
Do you
he-
not appreciate what he's talking about on some of the
What are you
songs?
talking about?
Bruv, he's talking about a lot of things. Listen, if you listen to
I don't feel there's content
if
in
you li-
that
if you li-
album. It's a good album. I don't feel
hold
there's
on,
that good
hold
content.
on, the monsters we made.
The worst
with Chris Martin. Are you saying this? Are you saying this? Are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying
That
this?
no.
No.
I
But
understand.
are you
No.
telling me?
And I like Chris Martin.
The one thing I would say, yeah, I think he did get it wrong because there is content on there, but he got it wrong because he starts off talking about European schools. This is the stuff that you taught us, and then he went and made a song with a European, which is not the best, the best look.
African giant.
But that's what I mean. Like it comes. I think the album lets itself down on the person who produced it and the features that he got. Because if he got decent features on some of those tracks, I don't think people will be saying the album is as bad as it is.
But ultimately, this is his baby. This is his work.
Naughty by Nature
He
song was
didn't.
nice,
He
though.
didn't
He
need
had
it.
control.
He didn't need it. The African Giant was so good. He didn't have to release new music till 2021. We were still riding off African Giant. People only still getting onto Collateral Damage and all of that. But I think it's because he didn't win the Grammy. Diddy told him like, "Come with me, brother. We're all from the same tribe. Like, I'll produce the album. Then it'll get
He's
done
the
for a
impression
Grammy.
man.
Yeah, it'll get done for a Grammy." And then he said, "Yeah, we need to get this feature, that feature." And then Burna went along with it, and then it produced that. It just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, the Naughty by Nature. You
Well,
know, I
good
like
enough.
the song. It didn't make sense.
Quick question, Oli. On what's better for you, On a Spaceship or Twice as Tall? What's the better album?
Twice as Tall. Like,
Twice
that's-
as Tall.
like, that's not even a debate.
Okay.
But obviously, this is all subjective, right? Like,
Yeah, of
this
course,
is my opinion. Like, you say that Sounds from the Other Side is not a great album, or you don't like it, but I think it's actually I
just think it's his worst album.
I think it's a vibe.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a decent
All
vibe.
right, so where would you
And I
rank
think-
Wizkid's albums?
But this is the
that's a
thing.
tough one.
This is the thing with Wizkid, right? I don't think Wizkid has actually put out an album since Ayo. I think he's tapped into Starboy, and every single other album that's come out since then has been on a Starboy vibe.
Oh, true ego thing.
But that's just my opinion. Like he might not have released them under the Starboy banner. Like he released Soundman Volume 1, which was a sick album. But if you listen to that, sonically that's very similar to Sounds from the Other Side and Made in Lagos. So I'm just saying that I think he hasn't actually dropped a song or an album as Wizkid since Ayo. So
Very true.
my personal opinion is, if you're splitting the two up, really and truly, Wizkid has only really got one album, and then Starboy has probably got all of these others, which sound actually quite good. And in that regard, yes, I would say Sounds from the Other Side is his worst one. But
Ooh, so what version of Burna Boy released Twice as Tall? Because was that Burna Boy or was that on OT?
No, I think Andrew's right. Like in the sense that he was
Production was
he was going for a Grammy sound. Like obviously we all know that he was going. He should have probably he deserved to win a Grammy for African Giant.
100%.
Like, we all
two ways
agree
about
with that, right? Like the album was probably the biggest album that's come out of the African continent
in the last decade.
Like the most impactful around the world.
So
right?
impactful.
So I think he was unlucky to lose it with that, and you're right. He probably did go to Diddy thinking that he will get him that Grammy, but this is like I think we're all agreed that this is not the one. Like this is not going to get you a Grammy.
Okay,
but
No.
what I'm saying is that I think there should be a little bit more balance to the argument in the sense that he is actually the album actually sounded okay. It wasn't trash like people say it was. Like it was actually decent, and there's some songs on there, like 23 about Jordan, which I think
amazing.
I think is a great song.
I sang this in the car. I named 3 songs I loved in there, which I think Alarm Clock should have started the album.
Alarm Clock was a good song.
I think Come On should have had Naira Marley
I needed
on there.
Naira Marley, man.
I think
See, this is what I'm saying. Like the
needed
features,
Naira
bro.
Marley.
Like
Yeah.
the features.
I think 23 is
Malians.
great. And I then think what's the last song on there?
Bank on it.
Bank on it. I think that's the rest of the album just shit. I'm sorry.
It's not shit, man.
It's
not shit, bro.
It's trash, man.
You guys don't like writing this up, really?
No. Stop
You
forcing
bigged it
bro.
up on Twitter so much. I was like, I can't wait to listen to this tune.
I think maybe you need to listen to it in another set.
Oyeka is good as well.
Maybe you need to listen to another set.
Richard, it's not a bad album.
Oyinka's my tune. Oyinka's my song.
But do
It's
you know what it
not a
is,
bad
Andrew?
album.
Get off Twitter, innit? That's what I'm saying. I know that's going to piss you
every
off,
day
but
Twitter.
get off Twitter, innit?
What does that mean?
And just listen.
I hear it through my
No.
ears.
Use your
Richard
own.
They Suck did not bang.
Don't allow Twitter to.
But it's not a bad album. It's not a bad album, though.
It is. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but it
cool.
is. I think it is. I think it is. But let's go back
Alright,
to
Raymond,
Let's go back to
Raymond looks like Mike Tyson today, you know, slightly.
Represent back.
Hey, Mike Tyson in his prime.
Hello.
Major beating Mike Tyson. Let's go back to Wizzy Baba and just review this quick one. This album, which talks about the climate that he's dropped this album, and there's no real competition. Does everyone agree that he had room to just be number one just by dropping a good.
They're saying that
work.
he could be the first one to get a top 10 album or something like that from an African artist.
What? But African Giant didn't get top 10.
I don't think.
Apparently not. I don't know. Actually.
He didn't have the audience. I don't think in the
Top
West.
10 where? Because obviously there's
In the
better
UK
different
or
I think it was UK.
UK.
Yeah.
Really?
And I would assume that African Giant did, but maybe didn't.
I know.
But then
charted
it
on
was
the
a slow.
billboards.
It was a slow burner.
African Giant.
Yeah.
Burner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a slow burner because even remember, people came onto it and the album's been out about a year
Yeah.
before
But
people got onto that.
Which was on a different album.
Which was on
it
Outside,
was on
yeah.
Outside. Yeah, I was thinking.
And I love Outside. That's my favorite Burner album.
Outside is a great album.
That was a good album.
I think,
Outside.
and this is my thing about Burner. I think he actually gives us a lot of meaning in his tracks. Like I resonate with a lot of things that he says. I don't know why,
Absolutely.
but I just do. Like even
Absolutely.
his More Life interlude, like the intro, the More Life one, where it was like he's talking about waking up and knowing that he's almost turning this age and he has to get up and grind. Like those are the sorts of things that I reckon I resonate.
Even
with
things
him.
like Dangote, when he talks about making, like,
Do you
if
know what I
Dangote can make it in Nigeria, so can I, sort of vibe.
Collateral Damage is literally what's happening now in Nigeria. Yeah,
Another
man.
story, Soke.
But you see, now that brings me on to my next thing because you guys are talking about content. In 2020, does Wizkid need content? Because he's not. For me, he's not
artist,
saying anything.
No.
No.
So in 2020, you don't need content. You just
What
need
was that interview when the guy's like, when we're going to get some guy with prophecy?
with the badge.
the badge.
The badge, yeah. We need a prophecy.
I think
Go get a prophet.
I think Burner's always been like that. Obviously, we know that his greatest influence is Fela, and Fela was very political, right?
Yeah.
Like even from the Life album, he had his mum on there, he had his
granddad,
granddad
yeah.
who did like an interlude, and I think he's always been saying stuff, but now he's kind of found his lane in the sort of social activism. But because the songs are so catchy, you can kind of
away from-
But I mean, but does
yeah.
Wizkid actually have lyrics? Like, is he actually saying actual words?
No, but let's
That's what I'm literally saying.
Let's go on with
I got the
it.
pretty
He's
pretty lady,
vibes,
me
does
no like
vibes,
no
innit?
stress. She's got her own, but she needs some love. Like, what is he saying? I love that song. But
Love is powerful
Say-
content.
Don't get me wrong, the song's a banger, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not sure how long this guy can actually just say words that sometimes don't have any meaning. Like, they literally don't make grammatical sense.
Because when I originally heard that song, because that was a single,
Yeah.
I was annoyed. I was like, oh.
Really?
Yeah, but it was only when the album came out, I listened to it again, I said, this song is a banger.
No, but
That's the
what,
thing about-
what content song has Wizkid done before?
Jaye.
Wheezy
I know
baby.
Joy
look
Legba.
at you.
I know one I can think of offhead.
Or Joy Legba.
Joy's the only one I can
Or
think
Joy
of.
Legba.
Would you Legba and Jay somebody?
Surulere.
That's someone else.
Surulaye.
That's someone else.
He was a feature on that, no?
No, he
Was
was.
that just
Yeah, he was on
one
a remix.
The
Yeah,
remix?
That was Dr. Sid.
with
song,
other
wasn't
bands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the one.
it. Dr. Sid. Yeah, so okay, so he's just a sound
Joy
man.
Legba
He's not
then.
about. He's just not
Yeah,
about
Joy Legba,
lyrical
definitely,
content
yeah.
at all.
Definitely. So it's not. You don't
Yeah,
go
it's
to him
not.
to
Yeah,
find
that's what I was
that.
gonna say. So I don't think that takes. Does that takes away from the album? The album quality.
You think
I think
he
so.
actually should say something?
I think
Being
so.
mid-Lagos.
I think so.
But he hasn't done that
I
before.
don't need him to talk about politics or anything. I just need him to actually say stuff that actually makes sense.
No, Bless. No, that's Damian Marley. Damian Marley says a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
he says a lot of stuff.
That's my favourite song.
Regeneration, explanation.
Everything
how
a
Damian
nation.
Marley is,
I'm
bro?
a nation. I'm a nation.
The Jamaicans,
Football
The
nation.
Jamaicans, they love shun.
Everything that's shun.
Fair stakes.
Or I.
Aye.
No, but Bless. No, yeah,
That's
but it's
amazing.
Damian Marley. It's a
But
good
that's
tune.
not Wiz saying much.
Hey, okay, so then can we go back to my other question? And can we
Can we go into it?
can we do his
Go on.
album? Like, what's it? Where are we putting Made in Lagos in his list of albums?
Oh yeah, good thing.
Well,
Can I
number
jump?
one.
Can I jump out?
Okay.
I'm putting seconds.
That's mad.
I'm putting seconds.
Nah, that's
After the
impossible.
back.
That's
After
impossible.
Superstar.
Really? No,
Superstar,
Superstars. Nah.
Wow, okay. Interesting.
Bro,
Ayo is so much
You're
better.
making
I used to
it-
disagree. I used to
This guy
disagree
thinks,
with-
like, wait, Superstar made Wizkid.
I get
You
that,
can't
I hear
then
that, I hear that.
say,
Okay, you say
What do
your
you
list
mean?
and then oh yeah, then you.
Well, are we including? What are we including in
his
this?
albums, all of them.
Okay, all of them.
His albums, 4, right?
Okay, well, my rank would be Superstar, then Made in Lagos, Ayo, Sound from the Other Side.
That's it, right?
That's pretty much
That's
like
it.
the major
Now,
four.
just before we move on, you need to tell me why you're putting Made in Lagos before Ayo.
Because Ayo, for me, right, was at a time where I wasn't really checking for Wiz, right?
Ooh.
I wasn't really checking for. No, I'm just gonna say my life.
Is it
My
recency bias?
I wasn't
Is it
checking
recency
for it. I
bias?
wasn't checking for him at that point. At that point, I was more into other type of music, maybe. And when I did listen to that album, I felt like maybe David had my attention more. At that time, I felt like you had to go one way or the other. This was the time where I know that was out, and that was for me more. Like I said, Wizkid doesn't say much, and I started getting into like
That was his most content
I
album,
started getting
though,
into like Kids Daniel.
True.
I started getting into things like Adekunle Gold, where I just thought they were saying a lot more than what Wizkid was saying. Where Wizkid just he had one song on there was like Joy Legba, and for me, apart from that,
Oh, on Ayo.
Bro,
well, you can now say your thing. That's just my
Okay,
thing.
go on,
You understand?
But I would say there was a time after Superstar and just after I was like falling away from Wizkid. I thought his tunes was kind of repetitive. But Made in Lagos it showed me that this guy is involved as an artist and he's definitely one of Africa's greatest artists right now. Him and Burna are doing great things. But Waiting This Up is definitely a banger, bro.
Yeah, okay, go on.
Because you have to
Right,
go
go,
through
go,
his playlist to find out.
No, so I'll say
Yeah, you're not a real fan, fam.
Ayo. Then I'll say Superstar, definitely Superstar second. Then Made in Lagos. Then that trash album, Sounds on the Other Side. I don't get why you man like that album.
It's last for everyone, but it's good. It's last for everyone.
It's not saying, but they're saying it's a good. I think it's I think it's okay. I don't think it's as bad as
What,
Twice.
I think it's
Yeah.
vibes, man. I just think it's pure.
Oh,
vibes.
sorry. True. Are you
terrible. No, that album's terrible.
at Jai? I'm sorry. That was a banger.
Yeah,
That was a
number
banger.
one song or something.
Well, you also had Show Me the Money. Allow
Are
it,
you
please.
sure?
Show me the money's okay.
Allow me, please.
No, but that song used to slap.
Joy
That
is
the
a
money
song,
was
song.
okay.
that song
That
used to
song's
slap
okay.
though.
In the parties.
Yeah, in the parties.
Yeah, but I was,
On Top Your Matter.
for you, Akon, allow me, please.
On Top Your
I think-
Matter.
One dirty one.
Bro,
That's a song.
The album is good. That's his hit album. For me,
That's a good song.
Ayo's first, then Superstar. But before I continue,
Oh,
Superstar is.
Carol. Oh,
Bro, I'm talking.
sorry, bro.
No, literally, I was right
I
still.
will fuck up this whole studio, bro. I'm joking.
Where's Carol?
Carol's last.
Carol's the
one.
last track.
Yeah, it's the last track.
On Ayo.
Yeah.
Carol's on Ayo. Like,
Wow.
for me, Ayo's number one. And Jaya is one of my favorite tracks. Not Afrobeat track, one of my favorite tracks.
Really?
On Top Your
You're
Matter.
rude.
Ojueleba, like it's got all of the songs, and the problem with the album why it wasn't bigger is because of the way he released it. He released tracks like about a year before,
Yeah,
and then
Carol
he just
came out late.
and then he just dropped the album out
But I
of
think he
nowhere.
was having because that's his last album under EMEZ, isn't it? So he was
Okay.
having. So I think he was having a few issues.
Can you say
with it.
on that? Sorry, I'm to interrupt you. On that album, right? What I feel like Wizkid did, I didn't love it. Was like you said, all the singles were out. I loved all the singles, right? And it felt like, oh, I've got this album, and I feel like all the new tracks,
you've heard everything.
all the new tracks that were there on the album were just like whatever.
No.
Isn't that what
Have you
Fizz
heard
did?
Bombay?
Bombay.
That whole album is hard.
But
the thing is,
it's better Superstar.
for me personally, it's
Allow
got
me.
more bangers on it for me.
Allow
the
me.
thing is, but it was like I was going to get to your point.
Yeah.
He released all of the tracks before he released the album. So when the album came, no one was excited because they've heard everything. But Superstar is his only classic. I think Superstar is a classic.
What's my banger on this?
Can we all agree on that?
I agree with you, man.
I don't understand. Are we having a conversation like you two are just doing your own thing on the side? Like I don't understand. that.
I'm listening. I'm actually listening to you.
And Mr. Andrew over there being emotional. Why are you so always emotional? Always animated? Sometimes relax. Sometimes let me do a little bit of research on my phone and find out a bit more information. Now I'm joking, it's all love. Yeah, we had a good conversation in the car coming over, and I just know that it's with his wisdom and his knowledge when it comes to like the music thing, it's not on the same level as mine. That's all.
This guy's very excitable.
I'm losing to you.
No,
No, but
anyway,
let Andrew talk, man.
Wizkid.
I finished your point, man.
Wow. No, Andrew can bottle
I'm
it.
saying Superstar is Superstar his only classic.
Album.
No, I use this classic as well.
I was a classic as well.
I was a classic as well. I think. I genuinely think this might become a classic as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why
It's a great album. It's a
What
great
everyone
album.
was saying that it needed like a whole banger. Would you guys agree? Made in Lagos.
I don't. This is the thing, right? Wizkid gives us so many singles every single year that we don't need a whole banger on an album.
No,
He could have put
one.
Jorah on there
Jorah, yeah.
if he wanted, but he didn't.
He's got so many, bruv. He's got so many Lucy's. I think he's probably in terms of singles, he's probably the best, maybe apart from
I'll say
Davido.
yeah. I'll say
Apart from
Davido.
Davido, but they're
He's better than
almost,
Davido, I
They're
think.
neck and neck.
I
in
think
terms
he's
of
better than
singles.
No, but I tell you,
But-
Davido recently he's been like doing the single. I think he's been
Davido's
killing
single
it.
bangers. I don't think when it comes to the season to make. I think Davido no one beats him. You gotta think of the wedding song.
If full.
Yeah, but Wizkid has. Bruv,
But when did If come out? That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's quite inconsistent.
If
Those are like
what's
2 years in
what's the
between
ones
each
that
other.
Skelewu? Hey, listen,
Bro, those are some old
But
songs.
he
that's
has,
a bit
he has
wild.
one a year, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Davido has one a year, and he hasn't had one since 2018. I'll give you that.
2018, and
What was
Wizkid
that?
just dropped.
No,
off.
fam, that was like blowing up during the whole.
Allow it, man. No, relax. Relax.
You know,
Davido, he
fam-
hasn't had banger since 2000. That's some whole party banger since 2018. Maybe Fire, but even then, that was what 2018 as well.
You guys don't like Fem. Fem's
When
a
did
good song.
Soccer come out?
That came out in 2018. That's what I'm saying. Wizkid has one every single year. Like,
But it doesn't take. Yeah, not having a whole banger song doesn't take anything from the
And-
album. It's a nice to have.
Soccer was technically Starboy, but
I
I don't know if you want to make this
I
differentiation.
don't want to do that now.
okay, fair enough. But
Because that was Burner's year, right? I think Ye came really late, and then Wizkid just to take Soccer on. And it was like
Soccer
number one
came
song of the
first,
year.
No, I think
No,
it's
no.
killing them.
oh no,
Because the album, Ye
it
came
was
out.
Ye and Socket that were on
together.
in the same year, and then Killing Them was last year.
Because Ye came out on the album, but then no one was listening to it.
True.
So
you're
yeah,
right, yeah.
but
Ye
Soccer
came
just
out
ran the
first.
whole year.
Yeah.
Um,
And
even though
then
we're talking
no,
about
but Ye picked up back end, didn't it?
yeah.
It's unfortunate because I think Burna probably would have had another summer this summer if
Yeah.
but as a feature on Play from J Hus, I think that would have been the song that would have been ringing off this summer.
Yeah.
But he's been unfortunate, obviously, with coronavirus, and that's another reason why I don't think Wizkid had another banger, like a
He
whole
held
party
it,
banger.
yeah.
I think he's holding them
the
back
party,
for
when
the
we're
parties,
actually out
when we're actually
partying.
out. Yeah,
Getting plenty
Do you know what I
money. Yeah, but tell me this: why does Burna Boy sound better on Wizkid's album than his own album?
You're rude, man.
Am I lying?
Because he
How
wants-
much
because-
Ginger
Ginger's a good song,
Ginger
though.
is a
Ginger's-
nice song.
I agree.
He
with
could
you.
have
I
done
actually
that.
agree
He
with
could have
you.
done
I
that
actually agree with you.
all day on his own album.
I actually
He could do that in his sleep.
I agree with you. I think his features this year have been actually really good.
Apart from the one with
Burna Boy.
apart from Sam Smith.
Burna Boy.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that Sam
I
Smith
think
stuff.
his features have been decent.
Oh, so you do like the Ed Sheeran and Burna Boy?
Own it.
On it, it grew on me. It grew on me.
Everybody, only one bonnet today. Cheers.
What else? What other features did Burna Boy?
Own it.
They won't
You
make
did one-
it
you did
into a
one with
Burna
Sam
fan pod, boy.
I like.
Yeah, so no, sorry, we're taking the break. It's getting a bit light now. Let's go back into Wizkid's review. And I just want to know what's your favorite track on that.
So there's 14 tracks on that.
There's
album.
14 tracks on that. Do you know? Yeah, you can.
You're looking at your phone. We're talking over here, man.
Do you mind?
This guy,
This is part of the
see how rude this
This
guy
is
is.
part of the
See-
conversation.
see-
I said I'm getting the playlist
Just
up for you,
doing
man.
your thing over there.
Yeah, you're just doing your thing over
Yeah,
there.
alright then.
In your khaki tracksuit, fam. Come on, man.
Are there any skips on this album? You got Reckless.
I don't.
Go for it,
I
go
actually
for it.
don't. Yeah, go for it.
Go for
You
it.
got Reckless.
Love it.
Tune.
Ginger.
Love it.
Long time. Which
Long
time.
Skepta could have done better.
No, what?
I agree.
No,
He could have.
no, that was a sick
Sounded like
verse.
energy.
Yes, that was the point. You can tell
that?
get that vibe.
Sounded like energy.
Part 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
That's-
Energy
that's
Part
good.
2.
But he's done better.
I like Energy Part 2.
Energy is a
better.
good song by itself, but he doesn't need to do an energy part
No.
two.
He literally used the same flow.
Yeah.
That's not naming the listing.
No, that's a good song.
Skepta could have come better. I feel like back on Skepta, I feel like Skepta these days is not. I don't think he cares about his artistry anymore. I think he's just like recycling his old
I think he's comfortable.
methods.
He's comfortable.
Recycling his old methods.
I think he's trying to push the envelope.
Who's
That's
that,
why.
Skep?
Yeah, just recycling what he's done before. There's nothing new from him anymore.
It's funny you say that because on the end of IC3, man.
Yeah, it's like top for the shetty. Go on. It's like, come on.
That's because look, he's setting us up for him going back to a more grimy UK sound because he's gone to America to do the ASAP stuff, and I think he's trying to come back. So from whatever his next projects will be, that's what I see it as anyway.
Okay, continue.
Then next we got Mighty Wine.
No, don't like it.
Neither do I. Anybody else?
I don't love it, but I don't mind it.
It's not a skip for me, but
It's not nothing skipping. It works
it's
where
there.
it is.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Best song on the album.
My
Good.
favorite is I
Generation.
Best song
love
on the album.
the saxophones in that song, man.
Good. I said before the song even comes in, the instrument
hard, it's hard.
at the
Yeah.
start.
Damien
before
Mike just
the money even
flips
comes
it.
in.
Yeah, he kills it. He
Can I
kills
just say
it.
that the production on the whole album is sick.
Oh,
Oh, it's
man.
A star for sure.
Do you remember
All
when
involved.
Wizkid dropped Master Groove?
Yeah.
Like it's like he was building us up for this album. He was changing his sound,
Sound
Yeah.
man.
switching
Sound
it.
man.
Changing it,
Yeah. And then we've got Smile featuring her.
I love your
Good,
man.
It's good.
No, why you don't love it? Because you've heard it before the album actually.
Maybe.
You're
I don't think I
bored.
liked it then.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It's not my favorite song.
I
It
like
reminded
it.
me of I thought he's doing this like brown skin girl type music.
Yeah. Have you seen the video to it? It makes it make sense.
I just want to hear Jai.
Because it's got his child in there. It's like all lovely and smiling. It's like very African women wearing pink geles. It's all very like
That's the new thing now, isn't it?
proud.
That's the new thing now.
Wow.
Like African women wearing geles in
Yeah,
music videos.
yeah.
Like, I'm seeing it everywhere now.
I'm saying amazing.
I love it. Don't get twisted.
I
but
love it.
I'm seeing it as a trend. But
As a trend.
Yeah.
Even you've got now what's Steph London doing Europe. But do you guys mind
I
that?
like that tune, you know. I don't think it's
I like
bad.
it.
I don't think it's bad as everyone say, but it's because everyone's saying it's okay.
What's the issue? Do you have an issue with her saying speaking
I
Yoruba?
actually like it, but
Kilo Day, I mean, if you're sorry by Steph London.
No, but just talk, man.
Okay, with the old
Me
Steph
more.
thing, with the old Steph thing, it's like when Skepta dropped his song maybe 10 years ago where it was
All over the house.
no. It's like a Jamaican
or the Turkish thing.
Jamaican thing when it's like
I'm sick of
not sick of them, sick of it. What's Jamaican thing? He dropped the Jamaican thing. All the Jamaicans were getting mad because it's like he dropped a Jamaican song and everyone went mad at him for like doing the Jamaican twang. I'm not mad at Steph London for doing Nigerian twang. I just don't think
It wasn't
I
bad.
didn't love it. I just didn't care.
Like, do you feel like
It's
she
a
was
good song,
taken
man.
away from the
No, I don't
culture?
think she's taking because the culture is a culture.
Okay,
Everyone's-
so you
everyone's
just
flowing.
don't like this
I just
track.
don't
like the
love
track.
the track.
All right.
I think just quickly on that, I think it's good. Like if you're doing Afro bashment or Afro swing, then it's a mix of everybody's cultures.
Yeah.
And I think we're finally seeing the full circle now where
Exactly.
people are starting to incorporate African words or
Are you not
phrases,
telling me now
phrases into music.
after Bless
So,
yeah, that Damien Money could not write an Afrobeat tune?
That was a dancehall rhythm.
yeah.
No, but you tell me
That's reggae.
but you feel like he can do it though.
You
Damien
can't
Marley.
do Afrobeats.
Nah, I
Afrobeats
think
up
he
more
can. I
tempo.
feel
Afrobeats
this
more.
probably
What this album Wizkid's thing? I don't think it's Afrobeats. I think it's Afrofusion. I think it's got a mixture of everything.
I
I don't
hear
think
that.
it's like typically doom doom like.
I said it
not.
was
But maybe
R&B.
he's-
I said it was Afro R&B
Yeah,
last
it's
week.
a fusion
but
of like.
Maybe he's pushing the
my next
pushing the
favorite song
sound
is coming up
forward.
next. So
He's pushing the sound forward.
I'm trying to remember
Right?
the
So
Skepta song.
Jamaicans, let us rest in it. every day, anyway.
Piece of me.
Piece of me. At
my
feature LMA.
favorite song.
Really?
Yeah, I
Richard
love
was
it.
saying it was a skippable.
Not
saying
skippable. Nah,
I was saying
it's a great song.
Piece of me.
But again, we have this.
I like LMA. I think she's dope.
She's dope. She's dope R&B artist. I said this on R&B episode years ago.
And it's not rating.
Years ago, but I don't love it. I don't love it.
No,
Nah, it's a good song, man. I think if you're gonna do the R&B thing, the best person to get would
Right
be
now,
LMA,
yeah.
and she killed it. And I think he killed it as well. I think dope melodies, dope flow. Like,
proper UK
I think I
thing.
couldn't. If someone said, "Oh, what does a track with Wizkid and LMA sound like?" I wouldn't know, and I'd be like, "I can't even see it." But somehow he did. He
worked.
He made it work.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just
It
good
worked
for him.
better than when J.O.S. met. Actually, no, J.O.S. had a better song with her.
I've never heard it.
J.O.S.
no, it's on.
It's on a Big Conspiracy.
Big Conspiracy, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, J-Ross had a
yeah.
better song with her.
He released it as a Lucy. So
Something
it wasn't on the original album.
Yeah.
He released it as a single and then it got
Attached
to
to
the
it.
album. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When it
I
was
think
like
I've heard it, actually.
it's good.
something in the disco.
That's such a good album though. Big Conspiracy.
Only one or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll
Big
move.
Conspiracy is like in the same vein as Made in Lagos. Like it's not just about bangers, in it. It's just about
That had more bangers.
It had a lot of bangers.
Did it? Big Conspiracy.
Yeah,
Andrew.
if you rock like it,
Did you guys like that song?
Yes, it must be.
You guys like that song?
Andrew, you've been on my side the whole time. Now you just.
You look like a sound like a I thought that was weak on his standard.
Cucumber.
Anyway, man.
Cucumber, helicopter,
Cucumber is one of those tracks that he can do.
One and only is this track I'm thinking
No
about.
denying, yeah.
Must be the whole.
No,
there's
bro. I'm saying it's a sick album, but it's not. These aren't
Let's stay
bangers.
focused.
These aren't
Let's stay
bangers.
focused.
These aren't bangers.
One and only is the one with LMA, by the way. But
Okay.
just for the listeners, if you wanna.
Next up, we have I got this pretty little lady. She don't like no stress. No stress. We already know. Yeah, we all love that.
Banger.
Next up, we have True Love.
Oh,
I like that song.
banger!
I like that song.
Come on, then. Like it. I
Can't
love
remember,
it.
Yeah. Next one, we got Sweet One.
This is our review now.
This
We're
one,
not
this one.
focused. This is our review of the album.
Sweet one.
Sweet One.
Sweet one. The girls love it. They all
How does
love
it go again?
Cut that nigga.
No, but I've just seen that.
Everything. I love it. I love it.
No. Next track.
Let's move on to the best track on the album, Essence, featuring
song.
Thames.
I didn't love it. At the start, but
Yeah.
oh my god,
But
man,
me,
them
I'm
brought
with
me
you,
on,
I'm with you,
and
I'm
I was
with you.
like, listen time and time again. Oh my
Good
god,
song.
He brought you guys on? Me.
Someone mentioned it in the
Was it
group.
me?
innit?
I listened to the album myself, you know.
Yeah, it was me.
I listened to the song myself.
And it wasn't
you know.
Twitter that put me on. I put
All right,
myself
cool. We've come full circle now, yeah. All right, cool. Because I put you into Hollow Your Boy, you didn't like it. All right, cool. Say no more.
Next
10
we
years
have
ago, by the way.
Roma.
Roma's amazing. I'm
Roma.
surprised that not everyone's feeling this. I love Roma.
I
Like,
ain't listening.
I think
I
don't know.
love
I think we're opposites on this one. 'Cause
I think,
it's
yeah.
skippable. I can't lie to you.
what a big skip. Sorry, can we play that out loud? Can we legally do that, guys? Can we play that?
Where's our lawyers? Yeah, we can.
Okay, we can do that. We're good? Yeah. Right, let's say we can do 10 seconds, guys. Okay.
That's nice.
Your phone's terrible quality. Joking.
Allow his 4S, man.
iPhone 7.
10 seconds.
Wait, there we go. No, play. Right there. Wait.
This is nice.
No, you. What?
I think this is nice.
It's just
Must say skipping is getting.
No, that's a nice
I like
choice.
it.
Nice vibe.
It's just it's me.
Like
Subjective. It's me. Obviously, it's me, bro.
We're almost at the end now.
Not feeling it.
Gyrate.
I can't remember that one.
Some girls like
remember.
gyrate. I see it in
I
people's
don't
stories.
remember it. It doesn't sort of stick to me.
Make a gyrate.
Overall, like, what were we giving the album out of 10?
Last one's Grace.
Oh, I love
Love
Grace.
It's a
I
good
love
tune.
Grace.
Grace.
Like for me, this album, right? Say 8 out
of 10.
8 out of 10.
8.
8. Just because it's missing them, like we talked about, the one that's like gonna be like get up and dance.
Cocorano or Ginger?
Yeah.
Ginger's like get up and wine. Like there's no just like energy by myself.
But so that takes away from the album for you.
It doesn't take away from. That's why it's getting an 8. 8 is a great score to get.
I need to listen to that song in a club or a bar or something, man, because I need to. And
Or
it's
Ginger.
different. It's different when you hear like the bass on it, because you don't know if it's like
Or
a
the
really
big
get up and like
speakers
you don't know what it's like yet until you hear the bass and like everything pops. So I really want to hear that in a different setting. In my car, it sounds good though.
Okay, what are you giving it then?
I'll give it an 8 as well. Like it's a really good album.
8 or so for me. Ooh,
Say something different. Say something different.
I'm just gonna say 5.
8.2 or something.
Wild.
I'm gonna say 7 points.
Oh, I lied, man.
No
Just say
points,
7.
man. It's older 7.
7.5.
7.5.
Why not
Yeah.
8 then? Like, it's so close to
Alive,
8.
man.
Nah, because 8 is like, for me, the way I see 8 onwards, it's like, maybe it'll grow.
Okay, what made you push it down from an 8?
I liked all of the songs, but I didn't like. I don't know how long I'll be listening to them.
Was there any were there any skippables for you on that?
Early on, I think there was 1 or 2.
Probably like Smile
Mighty,
maybe.
Mighty Wine and that might have been it still.
All right. Land.
That might be it, just Mighty Wine. But
Alright, one song, that's not bad though.
yeah,
That's
I think
definitely
7.5 is good. It
Yeah.
might go up to an 8 to be fair, but yeah. Right now 7.5.
Nah, well done.
Going
Wizkid, man.
towards 8.
No, Wizkid killed it.
So Andrew's come in here wearing all green, thinking that the album is a 7.5, bro. What are you smoking? Like, genuinely, because the album is not 7.5. The album is clearly better than that. It's a good album. But my thing with Andrew sometimes is I find that he like takes Twitter in too much. You know the ones like when you take in Twitter and it like infiltrates your brain, and then like he's a music guy as well, so I wouldn't have expected it from him, but it is what it is. You can't win every argument. So it's a good album. I love it. I love the sound. He's very melodic with it, and he's always been quite melodic anyway. And I think he's moving the Afrobeat scene forward. Now we're moving towards like this Afrobeat fusion, Afrobeat R&B kind of sound, which is really dope. So yeah, man.
I love it. It's actually quite it's in London quite a lot, and I just love the fact that Wizkid's come such a long way from trying to interact with like Londoners. I remember where he would go on like Tim Westwood and he'd be like, "Shout out my real niggas," and it was like trying to be a Londoner. Well, now I feel like he's in his bag where he knows what accent to use.
What accent to use?
He knows what to sort of how to carry himself around the Londoners and whatnot. And I just feel like it's part of this London thing. Even when he did the thing with Krebs and Conan, it wasn't out of place. It wasn't like this Nigerian.
She love.
Yeah, it was like this Nigerian jumping on a UK thing. It just felt like
I think
a UK rhythm. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of like Caribbeans don't like Wizkid's sound because he sounds too similar to Jamaican. Like he sounds too similar to that dancehall because that's his like, that's a big influence.
Vibe man.
Only lately though.
He even calls himself Starboy and Sound Man, like all those types of things. Like he's got that very Jamaican vibe.
But that's been in the latter part of his career.
Yeah, I hear that. But do you think it's an issue? Like,
do they hate Burna as well? Because
I don't know what.
I think Burna does the Jamaican thing properly. They probably think it's Jamaican too.
He's embracing.
Like I said earlier, Jamaicans just need to chill out, man. It's a big culture. It's bigger than you guys, man. And
they want us to play Afrobeats.
Not everything's about you, man.
Yeah, I know.
They don't want Afrobeats at Carnival because it's their culture, and we're just trying to suck it out.
I mean, that's up to you, but everything else, you just need to. Everything else is fair game.
What do you think about the state of I personally, I'm a rude person. You know this already. I think Afrobeats is not even Afrobeats. I think it's Nigerian music. Because when I say that. Who else really out here is putting out anything that we're talking about, sitting down and talking about?
Any particular reason?
Shut up,
Derek is in the room. I'm just trying to piss him off.
Any particular reason? Nah, he can rap. But no, I will say South Africa are doing their thing. South Africa are doing,
Jerusalem.
Was that?
Whistling, you know, man.
But they're doing this. They're bringing house back in a major way. They're doing their thing, and the dance moves. And
I've got a question actually. Which Jerusalem do you listen to? Burna Boys or the other one?
With Burna.
No respect.
my mum bangs that song out. I don't listen to it.
Your mum does?
My parents, they love that.
My sister put her on. Yeah, I saw some other people saying that their parents listen to that Jerusalem song.
It's a national anthem.
It's probably because it says Jerusalem in it.
This one can play.
We can go and pray. I think we sort of went around the topic really well. We talked about Burna, which is like second place really. We mentioned Davido, which is like third place. Then Wizkid, which is number one, right?
I don't know.
We just did. Agreed? Do you think
it's debatable? But
it's very debatable. And also they're all doing their thing, innit? So
yeah, absolutely. I don't think we have to.
I do agree with you. I think I was being funny, but longevity-wise, Wizkid, it's really hard to compete with him. He does the album and the project thing really well. He does the single thing really well.
He knows how to pick a beat.
He knows how to pick a beat, man. And he always comes with a vibe which is unmatched. I can't think of like a loose project that he's put out that hasn't been thought through. I can think of that with Burna Boy. Like Steel and Copper wasn't the greatest album or greatest project.
On a Spaceship wasn't great.
On a Spaceship wasn't great. So I think and Davido really can't compete on albums. Like he hasn't really put anything out that's worthy. Live performances aren't really great. So I think Wizkid, all in all, just kind of tops it.
Yeah.
My favorite, with that said, I'm just gonna throw a curve. But my favorite Afrobeat album ever is from a guy called Nice.
I do like that. Gongaswa?
Yeah, that album was wavy. Cool. It's your wedding day. What? And on that note,
anyway, happy 10 years in the game from Wizkid.
Yeah, he's done his thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's call it a wrap.
And we love it. And we love it.
Wow.
Right,
Little
bro.
Tony Troll.
Is there, what does the girl say? Naturally. What's she say? Never mind. Good work. Love and prosperity. 11:24, baby, and we're out.
Come
It's
on,
myself,
gang.
Rich. I've got all day with me, Olu,
Come
and
on.
Kunle over there.
Come on,
and
come on.
Love life, man. Stay safe.
Wake your stop. Come on.